Hi guys, welcome. If this is your first time here, good to see you and hope to see you again. Alright, so today I'm gonna do another get to know me video. I guess it's gonna be part 4. Very short video, so nothing serious, okay? Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because maybe at least 1 or 2 people can learn 1 or 2 things with this experience. And I find that I feel if I'm bringing these personal life stories, maybe someone who was in the same situation, it will be interesting to see how they handle it. But most importantly is if someone from this industry that I'm gonna talk about, maybe they can probably get some sort of refresher orientation, or maybe they can start treating people differently, but you be the judge. Anyway, so this is gonna be get to know me part 4. I stopped counting, but yeah, so let me get to it. All right, by the way, if this is your first time, this is a storytelling channel. I do a lot of writing, kids book, regular novels, poems, and all that stuff. And in this channel, that's where I like to do most of the book reviews, but I will also tell like daily stories that happen, and I could link 1 or 2 based on, you know, the happenings in my book, but also just related to everyday stories. Anyways, but in this particular video, it's going to be a get to know me video. If you haven't, I have several videos of get to know me. Actually, not several, probably I have 3. You can go to get to know me part 1, part 2. I think I did part 3 and this is part 4. All right. So this is my experience with airline, flying first class. Just so you guys know, this is gonna be interesting. And maybe some of you also came across this experience I'm about to tell you. I'm curious to know how you handle it. Okay, so mine was, I was flying first class, and it wasn't through Canada or coming to Canada. I was still overseas somewhere, and I think I did travel a few times to South Africa. Anyways, so in this particular time that I flew, I took first class. And of course, when we were about to leave, I think it was 30 or 40 minutes prior, there was a lineup. Of course, I went to the lineup, and this lady came out of nowhere, air hostess. Ma'am, you need to be on the other line. She was sending me to the economy queue, because they usually have like, the plane ticket have like number or letters or something. Wow, I haven't flown for a while, so I don't remember how it works, but yeah. So I was like, no, ma'am, it's okay. And I was on the phone, right? So I was a little bit distracted. I'm like, no, I'm actually here. So I'm continuing with whatever I was doing on the phone. I don't remember what I was doing on the phone. So another lady behind me started saying that, ma'am, she's talking to you. You're kind. You need to be in that line. You need to be in that line. On the other side. She was sending me to the economy. So I was still on the phone, and usually when I'm in a good mood, right, I don't like to read meanings into things, and not even when I'm in good mood, but I don't like to read meanings into things. Because when she said, no, you're kind, you need to be there on the other side. And the air hostess is insisting I need to go to economy. And I have my first class ticket, but it's inside my purse. So I decided I wanted to finish whatever I was doing. So then, of course, another guy that came in, I guess they were both white, that came in is like, Mom, can't you see she's on the phone? Just wait for her to finish. Then I'm like, no, actually, this is my line. Okay. So the other guy, now they were now arguing with that lady, and the air hostess, of course, got tired of me because I'm not responding. I'm trying to finish whatever I was doing on the phone. So after I was done with what I was doing on the phone, of course, you know, when you're on a queue, right? When the queue move, you move. I just continue to move. And then until we got there, so they were asking the ticket, so I reached out in my bag and I gave her first class. And it's funny, there was a shock in her face, but she didn't really apologize. Okay? But the woman that was behind me, that was saying that you're kind, apparently they continued to argue with that guy, so they are now out of the line. Other people are now behind me. So after I got into the plane, I was just seated, blah, blah, blah. And guess who was... And then after I was done, I forgot something. I think I wanted something from my bag on the carry-on. So I stood up to grab it. And guess what? The lady that was behind me that was saying, "Your kind are supposed to be on that line," she was actually in the economy. Right? So, if someone has seen this situation, someone might actually conclude to say, yeah, that woman is racist. She's probably racist because, you know, she thinks all black people just fly economy. But someone can also argue that, no, she's not racist because it's a stereotype. And that's why I always tell people, like, before we make conclusion that people are racist, sometimes it's stereotype and lack of information too. In essence, statistically, she's actually right. My kind, we don't waste money in first class because we can use that money for something else. Why do you want to spend $4,000 on a flight when you can pay $1,200 and the rest of the money you can maybe pay your 2 or 3 months rent or whatever thing that you want to do with it, right? And also, if we apply this same analogy to the air hostess, someone might argue that, yes, the air hostess was racist. I don't know if they are called air hostess or administrators. How do you call them? Those that take tickets in the front. I don't think they are air hostess. I'm sure there is a name for them. Someone might argue that she was racist because she saw that I was black, so I therefore belong in the economy. But statistically, she probably saw a lot of my kind, let me use that woman's word, don't usually go into the first class because we might rather use that money and save the rest, or we just don't have enough to be flying first class all the time. Someone might also argue that the air hostess, or whatever the name you are supposed to call them, the administrator, is racist. But I still, maybe not. Maybe it is just also stereotype. She's probably worked with the airline and she have seen most of my kind, we like to chill in the economy, right? So whichever way you look at it, it depends on your life's experiences and how you view the world. And me, the way I view the world, I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt until they prove me wrong. So whichever calculation or action this situation was and how it was handled, it is interesting. It is interesting. But some of it, that's why I always say, if you look at statistically, most of us, my kind, a good percentage of us don't fly first class, even though we have the money. Okay? But I just feel like the airline needed a little bit of refresher for their employees, so that you don't jump into conclusion, so that when you see the way the person looks and you make assumptions. Anyways, that is it for now. There goes my rant, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Yes.